There comes a time in every project where a reset is needed, where maybe schedule compression is a little bit too high, or the forecasted completion date is getting a little out of hand, or maybe there was a significant change order where the end date of the project was contractually pushed out, as we see here in the SmartPM Civil project. We can see that changes made to the schedule have actually pushed our end date out 192 days. So in SmartPM, you have the ability to reset all of the metrics based on any new schedules that have come out that are a rebaseline schedule. To do that, we can go ahead and click into SmartPM, and we'll pull up the project dashboard. So we'll land here on the Schedules tab, and we're going to scroll down and take a look at the schedules that we have here. We can see the number of activities, the plan versus actual percent complete, and also the end date, which will be key here when we are diagnosing a rebaseline. So scrolling down, we're going to get all the way to the bottom, and sure enough, there it is, September 1st, 2017. We had a schedule rebaseline. We can tell that in a couple of different ways. We can see that the activity count jumped significantly. We can see that the end date pushed out from November to February. So all the signs are there. We also have the ability to head over to the Analysis tab, click on the Trends menu, and visualize some of those changes as well. So we're able to scroll down and see the schedule changes over time. We can see that there it is right there. The activity count visually jumps here, as well as a significant amount of changes to logic and activities. So we'll scroll back up to the percent complete curve, and we can see a rebaseline here, as well as there's a spike in plant productivity as compared to what has actually been occurring on the project so far. What we can do is set SmartPM to recognize that rebaseline and reset all of our metrics against it. So we want to reset the critical path delay, we want to reset the future recovery, compression, scheduled completion, all of that good stuff. We'll head back over to the Schedules tab, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and find that September update. There it is. And from the second column from the right, you can click on this circular arrow here, and these circular arrows will set that particular schedule as a rebaseline in your project. I'm going to scroll back up to the top and take a look at the very first schedule, which has this bookmark icon, which indicates that it is a rebaseline or a baseline. And it obviously will be the baseline of the project because it was the first imported. But we can set future schedules as baseline, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the circular arrow. What I'll do is I'll give this baseline a name, and then I'm going to give it a description. We'll say a significant amount of activities and duration were added. I can then see where my schedule rebaseline is going to be, and then any schedules after that rebaseline, they're going to be taken into account. So I'll click Next. SmartPM is then going to remind me of all of the activities that I set to track to when I created the project, and it's also going to give me an opportunity to add any new activities to this track to scenario. I'll click Next. I don't have any conditions to add, and I'll click Finish. I'll get an alert saying that the baseline was created successfully, and then SmartPM is going to go run all of the analysis based on that baseline. After the analysis runs, I can then see that this schedule has been set as a rebaseline here by this bookmark icon. So now what has happened is SmartPM has adjusted the scenarios and analysis to reflect that rebaseline as a new starting point. Click on my Scenarios tab, and I can see here from the baseline dropdown, we have that September baseline set. I can now understand how the September rebaseline plays into the metrics moving forward from it. So I can see, my critical path delay is ticking up from that September rebaseline. My future recovery is reset at 0. So now we have that new end date that SmartPM is tracking against. And I can also see all that same information for the track to activities that we had set when we created the project. Similarly, in the Analysis tab, I have my September rebaseline set. I can switch between the track to scenarios we have set up as they pertain to that September rebaseline. And I can see the summary report, the trends page, the quality tab, the delay analysis, all with that September rebaseline being the basis of analysis. You can set as many rebaselines as you would like to in SmartPM. You can set every schedule as a rebaseline if you would like to. No harm, no foul, SmartPM is doing all the heavy lifting for you. If you would like to remove a rebaseline, you can just simply click on that bookmark, and SmartPM will bring up the undo rebaseline modal, and then also allow you to keep any of the track to scenarios or different scenarios you've created with that rebaseline for your use later on. So there you have it. That is how you set a rebaseline in SmartPM, which gives you the ability to reset all the metrics and start tracking against a new schedule update.